everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. My name is Katie and today is the big soap release. If you are interested in purchasing some of the soaps that I made in the month of June, stay tuned to the very end of the video and I'll be giving you some more information about that. Blue Raspberry Slushie. It smells so good and I absolutely love doing piping that has little streams of mica on the sides that it looks all like swirly twirly on top. Oh, it's one of my favorites. If you aren't following me on Instagram, I have two, one for Royalty Soaps and one for personal life, if you're interested in giving me a little follow. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. You guys know the drill. The first thing we're gonna do is pour the lye water solution into the oils. My lye water and my oils are at room temperature, which is actually like 78 degrees, I would say, Fahrenheit. And now I'm going to blend with my stick blender on low until everything has been emulsified and we've reached a light trace, which essentially just means it's like a really, really thin pudding texture. That being done, it's time to split off the accent colors. And you guys, I am so excited about the colors today because rarely do I make the soaps as absolutely crazy as I would like to make them, but I feel like today I'm actually getting to do that. Let's talk colors now. So we're gonna start by putting brilliant blue mica into here. Yes, the base is going to be blue again. And let's just take a second to appreciate this mica right here. Look at this, Nurture Soap, excellent job. Midnight Blue Crystal Mica is the one I just showed you, and I'm gonna add that as an accent here. And then I decided to incorporate a raspberry color. I know it's technically blue raspberry, but I just think this will be a nice accent. And because I break the rules and do what I want, and now I'm gonna blend up these colors. I am living for these colors, especially this blue back here. This is amazing. For the fragrance oil, Blue Raspberry Slushie from Nature's Garden. By the way, I do use other fragrance oil suppliers besides Nature's Garden. I just really like their selection. They have like over 500 fragrance oils and the quality is really good and I cannot find a better price for the amount that you purchase like anywhere. Like most suppliers are double what they cost and you're not even gonna see like a significant amount of quality increase with the cost. I'm just playing it real. I'm just being honest with you people. I'm going to start by blending it in by hand because also per usual, I never test my fragrance oils. I might start doing that eventually and I keep saying, oh, I'm gonna start testing all of them before I make them, but it's just one of those things where I feel like I'm wasting time even though I'm not, and I'm like, I'd rather just, you know, try to plop a batch, and that's a horrible thing to do. You guys be better than me. Test your fragrance oils. Buy 1 ounce, put it in a pound of your soap or, you know, however much it calls for per 1 pound and make little batches so you know exactly how it'll behave before you do big batches. But this one's acting really good. I'm not seeing any discoloration. There's no separation, there's no ricing, and let me tell y'all, because y'all rarely ever see that in my videos, ricing is when it kind of curdles and makes these little weird chunks, and sometimes it can be stick blended smooth, and sometimes it can't, so that's what ricing is. Separation is really bad. That's whenever you pretty much lose your batch, because it just makes all the oils and lye that are trying to bind together, it separates those out, it makes all the oil float to the top. It's bad business. I've only come across like I think 2 fragrance oils ever that did that on me. Acceleration you guys have seen quite often. It's just whenever you add the fragrance oil, your soap starts getting really thick really fast. Some are so bad that it creates soap on a stick where you literally like add it and you mix it up even by hand for like 5 or 6 seconds and then it's hard as a rock. Like those fragrance oils, steer clear from. Always read about the fragrance oils before you buy them. Most reputable suppliers are gonna let you know how they perform in cold process soap, if they're safe for that application. And then if they don't have that listed, I normally don't buy from them because I wanna know. Fragrance oil has been blended in. Let's start pouring into our molds. You guys, I promise I have bought new brambleberry molds so that way y'all aren't looking at these ugly things that I have stained and stained over the years. I love these molds. I'm not super thrilled with the new liners just because it changed my bar size. There's nothing wrong with them. It just, again, changed how big my bar was because they're a little thicker than these thin ones. And so many of you guys helped me out with getting some new thin ones and I really appreciated that. But the molds themselves are amazing. The ones that I bought, like originally I had, I want to say 6 years ago, and I still have them. They're still good. I've used them for 6 years. They're amazing. So these are the molds that I recommend. Now I'm going to pour some of the base color into here. I think I'm going to do a hanger swirl in this today, but it's still really liquidy, which is great. This is acting amazing. So highly recommend this fragrance oil, all you soap makers out there. I'm going to pour almost all of it in. I think there's like a fourth left as far as like the top goes, and then I have a little left in my bucket right here. And then I'm going to pour the blue next. I'm gonna pour it kind of close because it is so runny. I don't want it to like over mix, I guess. Not scraping yet, just moving along to the next color. Gonna do that red right down the middle. That one's nice and full now. Pour some more red down the middle. I get to put more red in this one. It's not really red. It's more like a raspberry pink color. And then this one does need some more, so I'm gonna come back in with the blue. Pour it right here on top, and then I'm going to scrapey my containers. Actually, before we scrape everything, let's do the swirl. Too short. Lucky thing for me, this is a bendable soap wire. You can get it at Brambleberry, and I can change how big I want it to be. So let's try this. Let's see if that's right. A little big. Alrighty, there we go. Looks like this. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick it in, just gonna swirl it around randomly, up, down, side to side. And then I'm gonna do the same over here. Swirl it around, up and down, no rhyme or reason. Now I am going to scrapey. Now that everything is adequately, I'm at a lack of words here. Adequately mixed, adequately swirled, there we go. My entire life is basically me looking for better words than I currently have in my mouth. When I read more, I had a better vocabulary, and then I had a baby, and I stopped reading as much, and now basic words like love don't come to mind anymore.
Like love?
Yeah.
Sounds like you've become a monster ever since you had a baby.
That's right. She's changed me. Is anyone else getting some Quick Trip, mix them up slushy vibes? If you have Quick Trips near you, where you can like go mix up all the different flavors together. Yes. You could get like a blue raspberry and then like a cherry and mix them all up together. Yum. Let's do the dark blue color now. It's like a secret sauce, except for not secret because I told y'all exactly how to make it. DNA! Cool beans. I'm gonna wipe the sides up here. You're welcome. Then I'm gonna scoot these off to the side and I'm gonna prep my soap piping so that we can start putting the frosting on. Now I technically shouldn't be piping it because my piping is not 100% ready, but I am so excited about it that I just gotta start putting it on. So I have the Royalty Soaps piping set right here. It's available at Nurture Soap if you're interested in piping soaps because you're a soap maker and you wanna step up your game. And I mixed some of the Midnight Blue Crystal Mica in there, and so now it is all marbled and beautiful. Or at least most of them are. I have to get to the point where like the marble is starting to show up. There we go, there it goes. Now it's starting to come out really strong. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. They're like little beautiful meringues. I'm starting on the second round here. And the blue has infiltrated a little bit more of the soap frosting. It looks so pretty, but it won't show that much blue on the inside. Like once I cut the bars, that much blue probably won't show up. Oh good, ooh look, there's some coming out the side again. So pretty. And for those who are new around here, I always try to turn my piping bag so that the really pretty piping that's coming out is facing the outside so that whoever receives the bar will see the prettiest part. Now I'm gonna put a little dollop in the middle. This may or may not be the final dollop. Depends on how big I decide to make them. It does look like this will be, well, at least for most of them, the final bit of soap on top. Now, for the really fun part. I mean, that's really fun, but don't get me wrong, there's some more fun to come because blue raspberries have been created. Don't you just want to stick your hand in these and then roll them around? It's like the Orbeez, you just want to squeeze them. So I'm gonna place one on each of the soaps here. And another reason why I did white frosting on top was so that these embeds would really, really stand out. Had I done blue, they might just kind of fade into the background, and we don't want that. Blue raspberry is the ultimate flavor for kids everything, like kids drinks, kids lollipops, chewing gum, anything. It's always blue raspberry, and I don't know what the blue is supposed to represent. Like, I get the raspberry, and they always do kind of taste like raspberry. I mean, a really sugary sweet raspberry, but what is with the blue? Is that supposed to be like, I don't know, because it wouldn't be grape, because grape's always purple. What does the blue stand for? Oh, conspiracy theories, I need to know. Shane Dawson, you need to make a conspiracy theory video on why it's called blue raspberry. It's a call to action. I'm creating a call to action in this video. You've got to do it. You need to tell me, I need to know. Now, let's put our straws into the side. So these are kind of like a hot pink magenta stripe. They're paper straws. We're gonna stick one in the side. I think we just thought that these would look really good because of the raspberry red colorant on the inside that will eventually fade to something that kind of looks like this. Also, it's just kind of like, I don't know, it just looks good. This one's ugly, it's being discarded. Yay! Okay, now for the really fun part. Now you guys know, with a soap like this, there's no way I'm letting it go without glitter. But I created my own biodegradable glitter mix. Yes, I did, with all of the colors that are in my soap. Here's how I created the mix. I took this one from Fizz Fairy. This is Chunky Red. And then I also took the Cotton Candy blend and I put equal parts of those and another equal part of this holographic biodegradable glitter from Brambleberry. So I mixed them all up and have created, let's call it the Blue Raspberry Sparkle. That's what I did. You heard it here first, folks. Now you can create your own blue raspberry sparkle. So I'm gonna put a little bit down the sides. Oh yes. Oh, this ties it all in together perfectly. Just a little sprinkle, don't need to overdo it. It's just adding a little shiny. I know some people are gonna be like, what do you mean don't overdo it? You putting a top on the soap is already overdoing it. And after a spritz of rubbing alcohol, we are done with the blue raspberry slushy soaps. Here's what it looks like up close. That red glitter is like exactly the same color as the straw and the raspberry colorant on the inside. I love it. They look so good and they smell amazing too. And again, if you're a soap maker, I highly recommend that fragrance because it's fantabulous. So I'm gonna let these sit for 18 to 24 hours and then we will come back to cut them up and check out the inside after this quick commercial break. We are back the next day to cut the blue raspberry soap. It smells so good, just like one of those blue raspberry ices that you get when you go to the movies. And this is what it looks like on the inside. So you can see where I took that hanger and I swirled it all around. There's a little bit of the pink that matches the straw, and the glitter on top with the blue raspberry matches all of the colors on the inside. My dad always tells a story about how his first experience at the Barnum and Bailey Circus was rather a frightening one because they went basically for all the snacks and they ended up eating like caramel apples and popcorn and all sorts of stuff and didn't even pay attention to the circus. And then he said, I think it was the blue raspberry slushie that did it, but I came home and was violently ill for like 3 days. So when I was a little kid, I was pretty convinced that blue raspberry slushies were poisoned, and I didn't really put 2 and 2 together that he really had all that bad stuff happen to him because of the amount of junk he was eating. It wasn't really the blue raspberry slushie. I think he was just trying to convince me not to eat it. There's a little more pink on this one. The question of the day is, which slushie flavor is better, green apple or blue raspberry? Y'all should vote by clicking the I in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Some of these soaps to me look like little dancing ladies. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment down below. This soap will be available tonight, July 6th, at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, royaltysoaps.com. And yes, I do ship worldwide, and yes, I do have more than just cold process soap available. So for those of y'all who are interested in purchasing soaps, I'm going to read off a list to you of all of the cold process ones that I will have available, and I'll put a little picture of them on the screen right now. For high tops, we have blue raspberry slushie, lime margarita, cherry cola, root beer float, berry mojito, and pina colada. And then for low top soaps, we have iced tea and lemon and Stay Awake Caroline. The video for Stay Awake Caroline, by the way, will be uploaded tomorrow. And then our standards, which means these soaps will be available in both July and in August, are Rainbow Drop and Watermelon Candy. So those are all the soaps that will be available tonight at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time at royaltysoaps.com. Once again, the Stay Awake Caroline video will be up tomorrow. And then I don't have a video for the watermelon one for this month. That's gonna be one that I make a video for next month. Well, I think that's about it. Once again, I hope you all have an absolutely marvelous day. Do something for yourself today. Whether that's putting on some false eyelashes, can you tell I have on false eyelashes? Or reading your favorite magazine. Do something that makes you happy, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye for now. Meow.